Hello and welcome to day 4 of the 30-day Nature Connection Challenge in aid of Nature Connected Neighbourhoods events campaign. And today I've been prompted to connect with this tree. So this is a tree in my garden. It's a black locust or false acacia tree. Both names are used for the same species of tree. And this morning as I was bringing the compost out, the tree had 2 goldcrest and 2 long-tailed tits who appeared to be feeding on the branches, not on the branches, but probably on insects on the branches. So they were they were very interested in whatever they were finding on these branches. But I have a bit of a mixed relationship with this tree. This tree has been here in this garden longer than I have, and so it's certainly more than 15 years old, probably more than 30 years old. And to be honest, I would have preferred a native oak or some other native tree. And so I was a little bit resistant to this tree initially, but we've built a relationship over the years, and I've observed the seasons and the different animals. So this tree has had flowers in the quite late summer, and the flowers smell like honey, and they attract just dozens of bees, lots and lots of bumblebees, and probably many other insects as well. But being quite a tall, high tree, it's quite hard to see. Definitely maybugs we do see. So there's and this is one of the things. They tend to be much in the later evening. So in sort of very specific times of the year this is happening, and also at different times of the day. So it's really great to have that you're regularly connecting, for instance, with a tree like this at different times of the day, different times of the year. And it's lovely having these kind of year-long or years-long connections. So this tree has had robins nesting. There are lots of birds that just use the tree to sort of perch or hide or socialise or and to feed and things, and obviously lots of insects, but there's also there's the plants and fungi as well. So there's I think this is a herb Robert just growing in this crevice here, and it's almost like a miniature rainforest with the plants actually growing on the tree. There's not an awful lot going on, so this is not a very mossy trunk, but when the branches fall, quite often find that they're fairly well encrusted with lichen. So there's a whole community of plants and animals. So you're never connecting just with the tree. You're very often connecting with the plants, animals, fungi, with a whole community. And underneath the ground there's a whole mycelial network. So there's very often a kind of beneficial relationship between the tree and the fungi. Sometimes less so, but in a healthy tree, it's generally not too troublesome. And there certainly have been fungi around at the roots here, the fruiting bodies of the fungi, just at the base around the tree, although I don't think any are visible at the moment. So it's just about really building a connection, a relationship, and following the year through and the years through, but we even just on a sort of as a one-off practice, you can do things like really exploring the bark, just sitting and spending time with the tree, and getting to really know the tree through the senses, getting up close, looking really closely, but also through you can do lots of other practices, things like exploring your relationship with the tree, how the tree feels to you, whether the tree has a particular character or energy associated with it that you're able to to really feel into. Or I have come out and had conversations with the tree. Sort of told the tree my worries, and just this tree really is a dear old friend to me. And it's perhaps not something that everybody feels particularly inclined to do. Certainly not initially. It's not something that culturally perhaps we're inclined to do. But it can be a really lovely thing to just come and spend time with the tree, get to know the tree. Always asking sort of permission to do that, and treating the tree as a with respect, not sort of maybe getting into this sort of domination state that we're entitled to go and do whatever we please with anything that we find in wider nature. In the sense of it being my garden and my tree and so on, which really isn't how I feel. This is, we're part of a shared community, we're part of a family, and this tree provides some of the oxygen that I breathe, and I provide some of the carbon dioxide that the tree needs. So there's a lovely practice just breathing with a tree and just kind of gifting one another the gases and things that we need, or feeling gratitude for all the life that this tree supports and all the really interesting birds and insects and other animals that this tree invites into this space. So really, really special. I do have a guided meditation, tree meditation on Insight Timer. I'm on Insight Timer as Claire Snowdon, so feel free to check that out. And it's a great way if you're not able to get outside to connect with trees. And I'll leave it there for today. Take care, and I'll be back tomorrow.